Hey guys, it's Marcus Maloney again with your 2-minute meetup for this week. This week I want to talk about 6 productive things you can do while being quarantined during this pandemic. We all know that COVID-19 has changed our lives significantly, and there's certain things that we cannot do, especially in certain states. And one of the problems is when you are wholesaling, you have to be interactive. You have to go and meet sellers. You have to go in the homes. You have to do things that right now are just not safe. But during this time, there's 6 things that you still can do to be productive while being a wholesaler. So number one of the things that you can do is you can contact your buyers. You can warm up your buyers. You can contact those buyers that have bought from you before and say, hey, I know during this time things are a little bit slow, but what do you foresee after this? Are you still actively going to be buying? Are you actively going to be looking for properties in a certain area? So one thing that you can do right now, number one, is you can warm up your buyers. Stay engaged, stay in contact with them. Although I know everything is a little unorthodox at the time, but that's one thing that you can do. 2 is you want to take the time to research. If you're looking to wholesale in a certain area, you can take this time to pull MLS data, or you can go to redfin.com and pull data on all the flips that were sold in your area, in that geographical area. Let's just say if you use a certain zip code, and look for the realtors that listed those properties, and you want to contact those realtors, if it via email or via text messages or a phone call. That way you can tell them, hey, look, I provide off-market deals for investors. I see that you list quite a few properties, fix and flip properties. Would you like to have more properties that you can then turn around and provide for your buyers and your investors? So that's 2. So number 1, warm up your buyers list. 2, contact realtors that work specifically with investors. And then number 3, you want to get that feedback from those buyers, because again, we're in an unorthodox time. So coming out, what do they see? Do you see lenders lending? With the market downfall, do you see a recession? Do you see a pullback? And if so, what areas do you see this in? Is it just in the high value markets, or is it in the intermediate and even lower value markets? So that's number 3. You can reach out to your buyers. You can contact them and try and get feedback on what they're seeing in the market. Number 4, evaluate yourself and evaluate your marketing plan and your strategy. See what's working. Evaluate your KPIs. See what area is working. See what areas are not working as far as marketing, as far as your team, as far as any other thing in your business. So take this time to evaluate your business, which is number 4. Then number 5, you also want to make sure that you look at the market in its entirety, the entire perspective of the market, knowing that there is a possible recession, on the awake, on the horizon. What can you do as a wholesaler in order to stay viable during this time in these markets? So these are a few things that you can do right now, during this time where people are at home and they have limited time. They have limited access to resources. You can pick up the phone and you can be proactive and you can reach out to these people. And then lastly, you want to go back through your database. You want to look at all of the buyers, all of the sellers that rejected your offer. It's a different market now. Realtors are not going out showing properties. People are not walking in the homes to buy properties. There are no open houses. So the whole strategy of I'm just going to list my property with the realtor has taken a turn. So you want to re-engage those sellers. Pick up the phone. They're home anyway. They're not doing anything but watching Netflix. Pick up the phone, contact them and say, hey, you know what? This is so and so and so. I'm just reaching back out to you to see if your property sold. And if not, remember, we had an offer on the table. That offer is still good. Try and re-engage that conversation with the seller. So these are a few things that you can do right now while you're at home. Instead of spending all of this time watching Netflix, watching, cat videos, get out here and start tapping your market, start reaching your buyers, your sellers, realtors, get an idea of what's going on in the market. This is Marcus Maloney. This is your 2-minute meetup for this week. And remember, you can always go to marcusemaloney.com. That's Marcus, E as in equity, Maloney.com to get additional resources and to get additional information. All right, guys, remember, during this time, stay safe and always remember to enjoy the journey.